This is a video to help you through this assignment, the assignment for delinquent records and the math part of it. Some of you struggled, and so I wanted to make sure I made a video so you guys could watch it before the test. If you want to get out a calculator and follow along with me, you can just pause me and do that now. If you look at the sheet, and we talked this over a little bit in class, figure out the incomplete record rate for April. So we're going to use this column. Okay, and it showed us how we calculated April. So they took 24 and they divided it by 594 and they gave us the answer. We need to figure out May. May would be 170, and I'll type this on the sheet here, divided by 529. Okay, so on your calculators, if you take 170 divided by 529, you get this answer. You get 0.32136,106, right? Okay. If we're going to make a percent out of this, you can do two ways. And we learn in school kind of a couple of different ways. This goes back into grade school. So some of us, it's been, a while. For all of us, it's been a while. You can do one of two things. You can multiply it by 100. Okay, and if you're on your calculators and you take that answer and you say times 100, you get 32.1361059. Okay, or if you have the answer that's on the screen here, what we do is we take this decimal point, and when you multiply by 100, you actually move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay, so you can either multiply by 100 or you can move 2 places to the right. So if we move that decimal place 2 places to the right, we essentially take it out of here and we go 1, 2, and put it in. Okay, so we can essentially drop that 0 and say that it is this, 31.136106%. Or we could say that it's 31.1 and 366 would round this to a 4% if we went to 2 places. Okay? Hope everybody follows that. If we then get back to our calculators and do June, we're going to do 201. Oh, I'm not right anymore. Hold on a second. We can do 201 and divide this by, let's see, 610. Okay? If we do that, then on your calculators, 201 divided by 610 equals, this is what you get on your calculator, 0.3295082, right? Okay. Again, we can say times 100 to make it a percent. Okay, to make this decimal a percentage and be able to put that percent sign on, you multiply it by 100, or again, move this decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2, put the decimal point in. Excuse me, press the wrong one. Okay, and again, for rounding, we could say 32.95%. Drop that 0. Okay, many of you didn't do the last step right, getting it to make a percent. You had very small numbers, which, wow, that was a very small number there too. They made more sense that they were very small, but look at the numbers. For April, they had 24. In May, we had 170, and in June, we had 201. So they weren't, numbers that were comparable. So our answers are not going to be comparable. Our answers for May and June are going to be considerably larger than the one for April, just because the proof is in the pudding, right there in the numbers. Okay, so the same thing that we did down here, showed you how to do it for April. May and June, we do the same thing. The part that I think everybody kind of mixed up on was making that decimal a percentage, and you either multiply by 100, okay, and put the percent sign on, or you move that decimal point 2 places to the right. So I hope this helps before we take the test tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.